is M1 Pro, the next chip in the M1 family, and it's a game changer. Now let's hand it over to Johnny for a deep dive into this remarkable new chip.
The transition to Apple Silicon is all about bringing its incredible performance, custom technologies, and relentless focus on power efficiency to the Mac. And M1 has done exactly that. Not only has it transformed our most popular systems, it has shocked the PC world. M1 has been amazing for so many of our customers. However, there are some poor users who need even more. And we wanted to build something great just for them. That is what M1 Pro is all about. It's our next breakthrough chip for the Mac. Now, building a Pro laptop has meant using a power-hungry CPU and discrete GPU. But a two-chip architecture requires much more power and cooling. It also means the CPU and GPU have separate pools of memory, so they have to copy data back and forth over a slower interface. No one has ever applied a system-on-a-chip design to a Pro system until today. And we did this by scaling up M1's groundbreaking architecture to create a far more powerful chip with M1 Pro. We started by re-architecting the chip fabric to enable the SoC to scale, while doubling the width of the memory interface and using faster DRAM. This lets M1 Pro deliver up to 200 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth, nearly 3 times M1. And its custom package supports up to 32 gigabytes of unified memory. The M1 Pro die is built using the industry-leading 5nm process technology and features a massive 33.7 billion transistors. That's more than twice M1. All those transistors deliver even more performance, starting with a 10-core CPU, with 8 high-performance cores and 2 high-efficiency cores, delivering up to 70% faster CPU performance than M1. For graphics, M1 Pro features 16 GPU cores, 8 more than M1. These additional cores, along with increased memory bandwidth, give M1 Pro up to 2 times faster graphics performance than M1. M1 Pro has our industry-leading media engine that accelerates video processing while using very little power. And now it pushes even further with ProRes. It's one of the highest quality codecs in professional video production. Adding ProRes acceleration enables M1 Pro to play multiple streams of 4K and 8K ProRes video while using just a fraction of the power. It's another key advantage of building our own silicon. And finally, M1 Pro includes other advanced technologies for a complete Pro system, like a powerful engine to drive multiple displays, and additional Thunderbolt controllers to deliver even more I/O bandwidth, and so much more. So that's M1 Pro. Building on the M1 architecture, M1 Pro takes the amazing performance of Apple Silicon to a whole new level. M1 Pro is unlike anything else in a Pro computer. Yet, we wanted to push the performance of Apple Silicon even further. So today we're launching not 1, but 2 new chips for the Mac. I am thrilled to introduce M1 Max. This incredible chip builds on M1 Pro and takes its amazing capabilities to new heights. M1 Max starts with a much higher bandwidth on-chip fabric and doubles the memory interface once again. This delivers up to 400 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. That's twice M1 Pro and 6 times M1. This wider memory interface lets the M1 custom package support up to 64 gigabytes of unified memory. And its die has a staggering 57 billion transistors. That's 1.7 times M1 Pro and 3.5 times M1. It's the largest chip we've ever built by far. M1 Max has the same powerful 10-core CPU complex of M1 Pro and doubles the GPU to a massive 32 cores, giving M1 Max up to 4 times faster GPU performance than M1. And it has an even more capable media engine with up to 2 times faster video encoding and 2 ProRes accelerators. M1 Max delivers all of this with industry-leading performance per watt. For Apple Silicon, power efficiency defines system performance. That's why M1 is a breakthrough. When you look at its multi-core CPU performance versus power curve, it continues to crush the latest 4-core PC laptop chip. M1 is phenomenal. And when you add an M1 Pro and M1 Max, they deliver dramatically more performance. To put that in perspective, here is the latest 8-core PC laptop chip. M1 Pro and M1 Max have higher performance at every power level. At their peak, they deliver 1.7 times the performance of the PC chip in the same power envelope. And at the peak performance of the PC chip, they deliver the same performance at 70% less power. That's a big deal. Now here's the GPU performance versus power curve of M1. And here's the integrated graphics in that 8-core PC laptop chip. M1 easily outperforms it while using significantly less power. So when we add an M1 Pro, it's in a whole different class. At its peak, it's more than 7 times faster. Now, many PC laptops add a discrete GPU for better graphics performance. So here is a PC laptop with a powerful discrete GPU. M1 Pro delivers more performance while using 70% less power. But that's not all. There are compact Pro laptops that have higher performing, yet very power-hungry discrete GPUs. They deliver strong performance, but they consume a ton of power. And on a notebook, when you consume that much power, it means more heat, noisy fans, and less battery life. So let's look at M1 Max. It delivers comparable performance while using 40% less power. Now let's compare M1 Max to the chip running in the fastest PC laptop we could find. It's a high-end system that is much bigger and heavier than a compact Pro laptop. It delivers even faster graphics performance, but it also consumes a massive amount of power. Here, M1 Max delivers similar performance while using 100 watts less power. This is unheard of, and this remarkable efficiency means M1 Max performance is outstanding, plugged in or using the battery. If you look at the compact Pro laptop on battery, its graphics performance drops significantly. M1 Max is up to 2.5 times faster. And if you look at the high-end laptop when it's on battery, the drop-off in graphics performance is even more extreme. M1 Max is over 3 times faster. This is one of the huge advantages that Apple Silicon brings to our Pro users. So that's M1 Max.